It's every parent's worst nightmare, and for Aimee Ellis and her family, it was 35 days of sleepless days and nights wondering where their 17-year-old daughter and sibling had been taken.
No human body parent should have to go through this. I felt like my skin was coming off. I felt like every single one of my organs was falling apart. I could not even hardly breathe.
Aimee spoke to those who came to hear more about human sex trafficking at Utah Tech's Students Against Trafficking Club. She told how her daughter had been invited to go on a trip to Vegas, but never returned.
They one day came to her and said, "We are going to go to Vegas on a little adventure and we want you to come." And she, of course, was thrilled and so excited. And this little girl went without a phone, no money, no clothes, nothing. And they took off to Vegas. And that was the start of the worst month of our lives.
After searching diligently for days, which turned into weeks, Aimee wondered if she and her 6 children would ever see Sarah again. But they never stopped searching.
We realized at the time the FBI was working on 6,000 cases when they were working on our case as well. And they couldn't move as fast as we needed them to move.
Eventually, there was a break in the case, and Sarah's location was discovered in California. She was rescued by the FBI and brought back home.
I'll never forget the call. We were really blessed because the police department in that city had never helped our nonprofit org before. But for some reason, they called and said, come on in and tell us, what you've got. So our org went in, and the sergeant, who is actually a friend now, still to this day, called all his guys in and said, "What do you want to do? Do you want to go get this girl?" And every single one of them said yes. So they went and went into the home, and they all had her picture. And at that point, she was pretty scared. And so the first officer that came to her said, "Hey, are you Sarah?" And she didn't know what was happening. She didn't know if this was for drugs, if she was going to be given back. So she said, "No, I'm not." And she said, "Take me out, take me out." So they packed her up. I don't know if they pretended to arrest her. I don't know what happened there, but they took her out, and they said, "You're Sarah." And she said, "I'm Sarah, I'm Sarah." She said, "I prayed every single day that my mom would come and get me."
Sarah told her mother she was scared for her life after being drugged and beaten down by her pimp.
People are always asking me, why don't these kids leave? Why don't these girls leave? It's because they can't. They cannot leave. Not only do they have a physical threat, but every bit of light that they have in their little soul has been beaten out every day, every second of that day.
While Sarah's case eventually went to court and her John was prosecuted, Aimee's mom said the time he will spend behind bars is not near enough to make up for what happened to their lives.
I've never felt more relief my entire life that my baby girl was safe. Then the second war started. And the second war is the recovery. And we found out the recovery is equally, if not more, hard.
Aimee said there are several nonprofit organizations like the Slave Free Project to help find missing and exploited children. However, according to statistics, only about 2% of the victims are rescued.
We were told over and over by every expert, every police department, the FBI, the only reason we recovered our daughter was because of the army that she had behind her.
Utah Tech Students Against Trafficking aims to bring awareness and support to stop human sex trafficking that occurs on a daily basis.
Some of our activities, we're thinking of doing trainings for spotting human trafficking in public and how to stop it and how to prevent it.
From Utah Tech University, Melissa Anderson, Community Education News.
Thank you.